Oh, there's a whole bunch of people waiting
Yeah,
for us too.
I know.
So I will do
Wait, I got
public.
it. Hello. All right. I'm going live because I thought maybe the technical error would resolve itself. Um, but welcome to the Blinks Global Game
Looks
Jam
fine.
2021 award. It looks fine to you?
Yep.
Full screen. You can see us. Everything's cool.
Yep.
Because I thought maybe the technical error would resolve itself. Oh, great. I can hear myself very strongly through you, so you might want to mute your YouTube.
No, I just turned the YouTube off.
Hello, everyone. Sorry about the
Sorry.
strange beginning. But this is the Global Game Jam 2021 Awards. We're so excited to be talking about some of the best games made at the Jam. And before we get into awarding things or talking about specific games, I just want to say that this Game Jam was amazing. All of the developers who showed up to develop things, every game that was made was super interesting. Gave us a real hard time choosing winners and like runners up and awards, and there was just so many of you. Last year at Global Game Jam we had 6-ish games. This year 12. We doubled the amount of games even during a pandemic. And I also want to give a special shout out to the mentors. These were community members who I had contacted before the jam to help and be there to support new developers. And so many of you showed up, were in the Discord, constantly helping. I know that I could name all of you, but I feel like I'd forget someone, and then that would be bad. So thank you, developer community. Thank you, mentors. And yeah, Hunter, what do you want to kick us off with the awards or say
Sure.
say something?
Sure. So you didn't announce yourself, so just in case anyone
Oh yeah.
doesn't know,
Yep.
that is Dan King, the lead game developer here at Move 38 with Blinks. And I'm Hunter, and I've been working on things like Community. And I was fully a part of this jam on Discord, which was our central hub and the
Yep.
games being created. Some people had never even touched a Blinks game before. They were doing it all through the simulator. There were a lot of new people to Blinks. There were people who didn't even know how to code before
Yep.
and came out of the end with a working Blinks game. They joined teams with these mentors that you were talking about, and lots of things happened. I think we had 12 games in total that were submitted,
Yep.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
And I don't have a slide for it, but I want to give Hunter an award for like greatest playtester, because like I was trying to play test and help people with technical things, but I feel like Hunter spent 6 days just playing Blinks games.
I played
Yeah.
a lot of games.
Yeah.
In very rough states. Some of them were basically on Google Slides
Which is
as
cool.
illustrations, so that we could all three of us play remotely. So yeah, play testing is such an important part of developing a game.
Yeah. So without further ado, I want to get into the awards. Now, if you tuned in to the Playcrafting Awards, you do already know that the Best in Show, the winner of the jam, was Trifoil by Aaron Santiago, Spencer Key. Congratulations. I'm going to real quick boot up the simulator. So, am I going to boot up the simulator? Did I boot up the
Bring
simulator?
up the simulator. I am
There
going
we
to
go.
check for the winner.
Yeah. So, as many of you know who may have playtested or seen it being developed, I know it's still being worked on in the Discord literally right now. Trifoil is an amazing two-person, intense Go-like strategy game. It is
Sort of,
Yeah, go ahead.
go, but also it's got this, I don't know, cribbage,
Ooh,
Chinese checkers,
yeah.
like.
And Hunter, now I played like maybe 3 games of Trifoil and just trying to help them suss out some stuff, but you played a lot more.
I played a lot more, but you did beat me on the
Uh huh.
first game we played together, Dan.
Uh huh.
So a rematch is definitely in store for us for the future.
So I wanted to pull up 2 things. I wanted to pull up the simulator, but I also wanted to pull up just the documentation. something about Trifoil that was super impressive is like these gifts that show how to play, and then something that I really really loved was all the way at the bottom. It's these alternate play methods. It's playing with 4 triangles, playing with this larger 3 triangle thing. Like I find this kind of extending gameplay stuff really fascinating. I love that they specified like chain lengths, stuff like that. So let's play a quick game of Trifoil before we move on to some of the other stuff. So would you like to be red or blue, and would you like to go first or second?
I would like to go first, so I guess our rematch is happening right now, Dan.
I think it's gonna happen real quickly. So you go first. You be red. I'll be blue. So I'll make your moves for you.
Okay, so give me center blink bottom face, please.
Okay, so we click the center blink to activate it, and then we click its neighbor to indicate which face we're trying to do. Now, on the first turn of the game, you only get to take 1 action. A double click to make it blue team. I'm blue. I am going to take, let's see. I'm going to go this one that way. And then I'm going to do this one that way.
Well, wait, it's in your first move?
No.
You get 2 now?
No, it's first turn. So you had the first turn. Yeah.
So I'm still, even though I've played this 15 times, this just shows you, like, we're in process. We're still learning the game. The game is so bleeding edge. But, okay, so you got 2 moves.
Yeah.
So I would like the absolute bottom center, and I would like the top face.
So this one?
Yeah.
And also, good thing about this game, you could be like, whoops, I made a mistake, and you can cancel your move, which is very important in a game like this. So you want that? What's your second move?
Second move, we're going to show off a feature of this game that we haven't shown off before. So give me okay, so you can only rotate when you're the minority of a triangle.
Yeah, so you can chop off a section of the game and you can rotate it, but you can only do so if you're the minority.
I'm not the minority. As I recall from the rules, I'm an equal part there. So I actually sort of think I can't do that.
But you can do the other move. You can push.
Yes. So exactly. The other move is a push. So can I push? I want to, and let me know if this is a legal move. I think it is. Let's take your bottom piece and then push it. It up.
You can't push my pieces directly. You have to push them via your own pieces.
Ah, right. So I don't think there is a push.
There is. So you could click this one.
Yeah.
And then push down if you wanted to.
And I'm not sure.
For you.
Yeah, it wouldn't do much for me. So for my second move, I'm gonna hold off on both of those, the push and the rotation, and I just want the top middle piece on the bottom face.
Okay.
So this sort of shows you like the kind of strategic thinking simulator crash. So, as I was saying, that this happens, bleeding edge, the simulator is bleeding, but it's a wonderful thing for people who don't have blinks or for people to develop remotely to do. So I think they got a flavor of the game. Should we move on?
Yeah, and just to point out, if you're not familiar with the game, the goal is to create a contiguous chain of 5 dots. I've clicked incorrectly. Click, and then that.
So this is a totally illegal move sequence.
Oh yeah, because I'm playing a million turns in a row. But this is a contiguous chain of 5 dots, and only 2 dots can be on a single, not be, but you can only contribute 2 dots from a single blink. So I couldn't be like, oh, also I'll have one here, and now it's 6 dots. That's not 6 dots, because I can only take 2 from one blink. So again, super great strategy game. I'm really excited to try it out with those larger constructions. I haven't played those yet. So that's something that
it could get onto the risk level, multi-hour. That's what Aaron and Spence do to it, just his screen handle. We're saying like it got into the multi-hour gameplay kind of category. So it has potential for that.
Yeah. Let's cut back to this. So I want to make sure that I'm checking out the comments. Jeff Stahl is curious about the lost and found component to Trifoil. I don't. I'd have to check the documentation. I don't remember the sort of narrative components of this game. I was just so hooked on the strategy immediately, but
and the tactics.
I believe it's just an abstract game. But this is Aaron. I think you're in the chat. Please let us know what you were thinking, like how Lost and Found got you here. While I get into the next category. So we don't have official second, third, fourth place. We just didn't, we chose a winner, but we wanted to show off as many games as we could today, and we wanted to sort of show off what was so special about them. And so we have come up with 4 sort of special awards that are just like, we just need to recognize this game for this quality, and obviously for overall quality, but we want to point out a couple things. So I'm going to start with something we are calling the Innovation Award. And the winner of the Innovation Award, if I can find the button, is Sleuth by Mark Mayer. And I think this, we put Justin Baker on here. I think that's a copy paste. So Mark Mayer is the maker of the game Raid. Justin Baker was the artist and also another game designer on Raid. But I believe Mark could let me know if I'm wrong. I believe Mark made this by himself. But Mark Mayer made the game Sleuth for the Game Jam, which I have already installed. Oh, it's been more than 10 minutes. I have already installed on all of these blinks. Hunter, did you play around with Sleuth? Did you get a chance to see it during the jam? Just
very quickly, but okay. I did not spend a deep session with those makers.
Justin, you did make. All right, good. I just want to make sure. Okay, so good. Then I'm the one who's wrong. Great. I'm sorry, Justin. I got confused. Mark Mayer and Justin made this amazing game called Sleuth. Now, I'm going to play it in kind of easy mode just to begin with, to get everyone comfortable with how it works, and then I'm going to make something interesting. So, Sleuth is a game about traveling a dangerous city, looking for the members of the Rook Gang, which are hiding in various alleyways. And what you're trying to do is corner them, but you don't want to directly confront them or they'll kill you. So
there's going to be some trouble in on the streets.
So I am going to start the game by double-clicking, and this is a real classic Mark and Justin game start. If you know Raid, this is what it starts like. Now, somewhere in here, in these blue streets, is the Rook Gang, and I can investigate a city block, and it just tells me with little street lights which way the Rook Gang is.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's on one of these, but that it's that way, right? And I know, okay, it's equidistant from this face and from this face, which actually means it has to be this one or this one. Because
so here's
yeah, go ahead.
Do we want to encounter the gang, or do we want to stay away from them?
You want to get close to them. You want to corner them, and I'll show you. So I know that they're there or there, but I don't know which one. And every time I click, they move, all right? So I know that this is safe because I'm pretty sure they're not there. So I'm going to see here. Okay, interesting.
Yes.
They've moved. They are now equidistant from here. So I know that in this case, this is the only face that is equidistant. This is the only city block equidistant from both these faces. So now I know they're there. But again, I can't just click them. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to try and cut them off at the pass. Aha. Now they were there.
Yeah.
Now I know that they're there. Like this is, so I realize I'm kind of speed running this because I know the strategy. So I'm going to continue to cut them off. Now they're over there. I'm going to cut them off here. Now they're, now they're here. Cut them off. Now they're trapped in there. I know they're over there. Cut them off, and I've cornered them, and I win the game.
There you go.
Now I will show you what it looks like to not win the game. If I start a new game, and once the city streets, once the lamp lights go down, and we're in darkness, I know it's there. if I investigate this face, oh no, he moved. Oh, I was wrong.
Ooh,
How about there?
again.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, that
so
means
I've
they
so I've lost.
boom.
Yep. And I think one of the best things about this game, like first of all, we gave it the Innovation Award because, like Raid, I have no idea how he's achieving this.
Yeah.
Like, very cool game. Also, how'd you do this? We actually
Yeah.
considered calling this award the "How Did You Do That" award. And I'll show you a trick that he built in. So there's a hard mode, which we could talk about, but I want to talk about super easy mode, which just it's just it's like doing cups and balls with clear plastic cups. It's just going to show us the world. But what's so cool about this is you can use this to train yourself to interpret the lights, because every time it moves, you see the lights move.
Yeah.
And this is a great way, if you're starting out this game, to go, okay, all right, now I understand. This is equidistant to here. This, okay, that's why I have two faces. And then, of course, this just works exactly the same. It's just that you can see everything. But yeah, this is Sleuth, and in the documentation, you will see that Mark Mayer owns many more blinks than I have here at my desk. And so he is playing it in this huge city with these twisted alleyways, and this is where the game gets interesting. Like, I was playing it on easy mode just to show everyone. This is not easy mode. This is where you get into it. This is where you're like, oh, okay. What does that mean? It could be that face or that face or that face. You get twisty, and you're like, okay, it's one of those, but that could be that one or that one. Like, I don't know where it is. This is not as straightforward. So,
and Dan is as you saw, Dan is a very fast strategist and tactician. So if it's stumping Dan, you know that this game has potential to be quite challenging.
Now I'm in a bad position here. I have no idea where it is. I know it's one of these, but I don't know which one. Shoot. Oh no. Okay, I got it. I got what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this one. Aha, I got it. Dropped him. Yeah, so super interesting strategic game. Works great with a lot of blinks. Looks amazing. So that's Sleuth by Mark and Justin. Go ahead, yeah.
Dan,
please. Yeah.
You brought up a really interesting point, which is you had no idea how they did it. And I'm sure that's maybe a bit of an exaggeration, but it touches on something really interesting, which is Dan is our lead game developer. He's been with Blinks and Move 38 for 3 years now, right?
Yeah, just about.
So if there's anybody who really understands how to make a Blinks game, it's Dan right here. So by all means, he's on the forums, he's on the Discord. By all means, take advantage of Dan. You can get to him, you can reach out to him. But the bigger point I was trying to make is that everybody has a different imagination and a different vision. Yeah, and specifically, I'm talking about game makers for how they are going to execute a game. So I just thought it was really interesting how somebody came from a totally different direction that you didn't expect and made something absolutely amazing and really took advantage of the platform.
Yeah, in a way that I wouldn't have even thought of. That I'm not even sure. Even if I had thought of this, I would have gone, well, I mean, that's impossible. Or not impossible, but like, I can't. Computationally, I don't think I could do that. We've been seeing a lot of this. A lot of people on the forum pushing the platform in a way that, that we just didn't necessarily. I mean, it's not that we expected people to push the platform, but every day games pop up that I think, oh, I don't. Not only would I not have thought of that, I'm not even sure how I would have done it. And sometimes for code like Mark's, for Raid and for this, I frequently can't even initially parse how to do it. I have to have them explain it to me. Sometimes on a simpler game, I can open the code and go, oh, okay, I see what they're doing. But this game really impressed me. It's just like, conceptually, I guess I could maybe outline how to do it, but you give me a week and I couldn't make this, and he made it in a weekend. And they made it in a weekend. Like, I think
it's the wonderful thing right now because we're building a community of testers, a community of idea people, a community of people who just want to play and watch the stream. So it's more than we are more than what we can do alone in
Yeah.
this community of developers.
So I want to just to keep everything moving. I want to talk about the next award, which we again, these are loose names. We came up with the Brainbuster Award. This was the game that when we played it, I know me and Jen played it several times the night after the game jam. When I was going through and making my notes about all the games, and it really. At first, we thought we understood it, and then we failed, and then we got frustrated, and then we thought about it, and then we played again, and we did a little better. We played again, and we did a little better. And so, without further ado, the Brainbuster Award goes to the Lost Gems of Gygol Jungle. And while I have this screen up, I'm gonna surreptitiously turn my blinks over because they have the names of the winning games on the back, and I don't want anyone to see that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. So the Lost Gems of Gygol Jungle. Oh no, it's been copy pasted. Lost Gems of Gygol Jungle. I have the information here. Hold on. By Huey Kablooey. Huey, I'm very sorry. I don't think I ever asked what your real name was while you were on the Discord all weekend working. So I'm going to call you Huey Kablooey. And if you're in the audience, please tell us your name, or don't. If you're happy with Huey Kablooey, good on you. But Lost Gems of Gygol Jungle is another really strong strategic thinking game, but in this case, instead of a sort of intense single-player puzzle, it is a really initially quite difficult two-player puzzle. Now, it has some requirements that make it a little hard for me to stream a true version of the game. It depends on some physicality that Hunter and I can't have because I think you're in Brooklyn and I'm here in Manhattan. But the Lost Gems of Gygol Jungle is a game about assembling a fire gem, an earth gem, and a water gem out of remnants that you find in and around the jungle. And there is a setup process. I know that Huey has talked about automating the setup process, but I'm going to just do some of it manually because that's what was submitted. But each gem has 3 colors. You can see it flashing through, and I think it's coming through on stream. You'll notice that when it's red, it's missing a face. Are you seeing that?
It's happening really fast.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult to make out.
Yeah. So that means it's a red 1. So it's missing 1 face on red. If I triple click, it's now missing 2 faces on red. Now it's missing 3 faces on red. If I long press, it'll start missing 3 faces on yellow, and then 3 faces on blue. There we go. Essentially, you go through your 18 blinks, and you set up 4 1s of each color, 2 2s of each color, and 1 3 of each color. And then when you're done with that, you double-click everybody, and you have the jungle, the green jungle. And then everybody takes 2 blinks, and then we do a really cool thing that I'm not sure how to really show here, which is you turn them like this.
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah,
and if you just bring them a little, because the graphic is blocking the left one. There you go.
Yeah, okay. And then you turn them on, all right, by double-clicking to exit forest mode. Now, player 1, which will be represented by this tiny figurine, and player 2, which will be represented by Tums.
I love it. I love it.
They can't see their own cards. Like, they can see it flashing through colors, but they certainly can't make out how many dots are missing or which time a dot is missing. So you don't know anything about the cards in front of you, but you know about the cards next on your opponent, right? Yeah. So this little demon guy is aware that that's a red 1, and let's just say that's a blue 1, and the Tums are aware that that's a yellow 3 and a red 2, right? So, the goal of the game is to collectively assemble the gems in order. First by putting down a red 1, and then putting down a red 2, and then a red 3, right? But you have to put them in that order. So in order to do that, you give each other clues. So on the Tums turn, the Tums can say, these are both ones, right? You can give clues. The clues have certain rules. They have to be information complete. They can't be. They can only say things about number and color and one or the other. So those are both ones. This is
Quick
blue.
high-level question.
Go ahead.
Are the two players in opposition to each
No,
other? Or are you
absolutely not. It is a fully cooperative two-player game.
So that I think is really interesting.
And this is, I'm not going to go on a tangent about this, but I have some issues with a lot of cooperative games because I think that they're co-op in name only. They're just open information games where other people have turns, but technically you could just play all the hands. This is not like that. This game requires two people. You couldn't, if it was open information, it'd be easy.
These are game theory kind of terms.
This is a true cooperative game, not a what I would call like aesthetically cooperative game. But anyway, the clues, you can only give 3 clues, and then in order to give a new clue, you have to discard a card. But if you discard something that's really valuable or that is the next thing in the gem, you're going to be all upset. But I don't think I could do this game justice in describing it here. I will just tell you that you should, if you have 18 blinks, download this game off the GitHub. You know, the rules are really well written. Like, it'll guide you through the whole game. And I promise you this, just like Jen and I, probably the first game you will get a score of 2, and you will feel bad. And the next game you'll get a score of 4, and you'll start to realize that you can do better. And the next game you'll get a score of 6, and you'll start to feel like a genius. And like, it really had that wonderful effect that a good strategic game has, where even when you lose, you feel like it was your fault and you feel like you could do better. I mean, this game, Jen and I played it like twice for judging, and then when we finished, I was like, do you want to... I think we can do better than that. And we played it like 2 more times.
Just in case anybody is watching this right now that isn't a Blinks developer, or people who watch it in the future when it's on YouTube, Dan said download it from GitHub. So in order to do that, you would actually need the Blinks developer kit, which you can purchase from the Blinks website. And that allows you to take these games that are in development, that are in the next year, hopefully, and actually load one of those games. So that's
here's my development kit.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, and that's how I got all these games onto these blinks. That's why they're all like blank underneath, because I have a bunch of blanks. So Lost Gems of Geigel Jungle, I wish I could play through a whole game on stream here, but unfortunately the Tums and the little demon are not as intelligent as they need to be to play a full game.
Final question, do you think you would have been the Tums in that scenario?
Huh?
Would you have been the Tums? Would that have been your representation?
Probably, yeah. I mean, like, I would like to think that I could be this Jersey Devil, but probably the Tums. I get heartburn much more than I terrorize the woods of the Poconos.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just check the chat, make sure everyone's cool. Hello. Yes, someone pointed out very similar, has inspired by Hanabi. I think Huey talked about that in the documentation. So moving to the next award, we want to talk about a game that we actually, I genuinely forget what we called this award. So we're gonna see what it's called when I bring up the slide. But this was a game that we really liked. We played it. I played it a few times during. Actually, no, I didn't. This is an interesting story, but this is a game that I booted up for judging, and I thought I understood what it was. Like, I was like, yeah, I get it. And then in playing it, I was like, oh, this really surprised me, and I think that this game is poised to, with a little bit more development, obviously, because making a thing in a game jam is very restrictive. You run out of time, you can't add any more features. But this game really has all of the sort of bones and the architecture to become this amazing game. And so I just wanted to show it on the stream because I think it is also going to sort of seem obvious to everyone at first blush, and then you'll realize that it's not, and that it's amazing.
Yeah.
So I am going to say that the award goes to Forget Me Not. Right, the Going Places Award by Jeff Stahl, who I believe is in the chat. So let me turn these blinks over so that nobody can see the other initials of the games. And I feel like if you were watching really closely and you saw me separate exactly 7 blinks in that process, you might have started to suspect this is what I was doing, Jeff. But I'm going to turn these off. We are going to boot up Forget Me Not, which is just FO on these blinks. Okay, put those away. Forget Me Not is a memory puzzle, and it is a doozy of a memory puzzle, and it really sneaks up on you. Because at first, like the first part of it, you're like, I'll get this right 100% of the time. How dare you insult me with this puzzle? And then the second part, you're like, yeah, I can still do this. And then the third part, you're like, oh, I don't know about this, guys. And then the fourth part, you're like, oh, how dare you make an impossible puzzle?
So your pride may get you in the end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They really get you. So
they lull you into a.
Oh, they lull you. I was very lulled. I was very upset at myself because I was all confident and all cocky, like, this is easy. It's not easy. So this is the setup for Forget Me Not. It is a sort of petals around the rose setup. If you're familiar with that sort of maybe false story about Bill Gates. You put 6 blinks around one blink, and it flashes green to say it's ready. And then you single click. So this is my flower. Red, red, green, blue, blue. And then it goes away.
Woo! Now it's back.
Oh, I've forgotten. Genuinely, I was talking and I forgot. Which one of these was green before? I think it's that one. Yes. Okay, I got it. All right. I have to pay attention. I can't stream right now. It's going to happen again. It's now on level 2. Okay, blue, 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 white, 2 oranges. Okay, I can get this. So that's wrong.
Yeah.
So this seems easy. And I thought, oh, I get the idea. You know, cool little game jam game. Like, you know, the architecture works. Like, it's really bug-free. And then you get to the 3rd level. Okay, this is okay. 2 reds, 3 reds, 3 yellows. Okay, it's that one. Let's see what the next one looks like. There comes a point at which it starts. Okay. Yep. Oh, maybe I'm not getting the behavior. It's that one. Let's because there's some behaviors that it does. So the puzzles don't stay the same the whole time. It's not just like here's the same colors over and over again. All right, now we've got directional.
Ooh.
Okay. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah, no, wasn't that?
So that might have happened really quick. There's no way to reproduce the directional.
No, and then it loops back. But I want to say that a behavior that we didn't get in this round is that as the levels go on, I honestly wasn't paying attention. As the levels go on, the differences between colors get subtler, and that is real twisty. Yeah. Because you're just like, you're all confident. Okay, see this? Those 2 are white. Now, on camera, this looks really obvious. In real life, that purple and that yellow and that white, pretty similar. And yes. I had a level once that was 3 different blues. And I had to stare at it. I was like, okay, see, that's orange. Harder to tell. Okay, that's the problem. And the directional one, it just sneaks up on you. When you get to that 4th or 5th level, okay, see, yep. Wow, this looks much better on camera. It's very subtly different in real life. Yeah, so I just ended up sitting at my desk, just playing this over and over. Oh boy. Yes.
It's so fun that you're like stuck playing instead of doing the live stream.
Yeah, just like, well, the directionals is so hard. You're just like, because you don't have that, like, those memory hooks. Like, everyone knows, you can memorize colors. We all have names for them. I don't have names for these directions. It's not like there's north, south, east, west. There's 6 of them.
Yeah.
And I can't say northeast, southeast, west, east, north, southeast. That doesn't stick in my brain.
That would be horrible.
Yeah. So that directional, and so to me, the going places of this game is that this architecture is so solid. Having this centerpiece be the brain, the ability to make more and more and more challenging puzzles.
Right. Now, does this go beyond 6 pieces, or is it strictly limited to 7?
I believe it's strictly limited to 7. I think it's like Puzzle 101 in that sense. But Jeff, yes. as you continue to develop, we should chat about it if there's a way to push this further. But I think that's what I love about this game, is that it
there's
now,
so much
what?
There's so much nuance and variety. Every time you select a new one, it's a totally different experience, and then it's a totally different kind of experience. There's just a lot going on here.
Yeah, and I see Bruno who is in the chat, and like I said at the beginning, every game that got made, I didn't not enjoy anything. Everything in the judging was like, well, this is amazing, and we just kind of, so streaming from home, sometimes you hear noises. We came up with these categories to highlight the games that we really wanted to talk about. But the truth is, and I want to say this because I know we're just running through these games really quick. My plan is in the coming weeks. If you tune into the Thursday live stream, in the coming weeks, I want to be interviewing everyone from the Game Jam. I want to talk to Aaron and Spencer again about Trifoil, but I want to talk about this game with Jeff. I want to talk about every game that got made. Jesse is here. I want to be talking to everyone about their entry. I think every entry brought something really amazing and unique to the jam. These four things that we're talking about today were the things that we really wanted to highlight. But frankly, I want to highlight every game. We just
absolutely
can't stream all day.
A huge congratulations to everybody who participated. But I don't think we're technically done.
No, we're not. We've still got the fourth category.
Yes.
And so the fourth category, which we have called the Family Award, has 2 winners. So we are going to do them in, let's say, alphabetical order, because I have to choose an order.
Sure.
But the first award for the Family Award goes to Frogs. Yes, and while this is up, let me do my traditional turn them upside down and find the one that says Frogs.
And this is by a father and daughter of Alfred.
Yep.
I hope I'm not bringing your name with her. And Julia, who's his daughter.
Yep. So let's get Frogs going. I have FR written on this one. I had never noticed this before, but on the backs, like the backs without stickers, you can use dry erase markers. That is, useful. So Frogs is a it's sort of a push your luck game. It's sort of it's not a roll and move because you don't roll. But it is a game about finding a family of frogs who wants to jump from lily pad to lily pad in search of the special golden lily pad, which is where they left all of their flies from yesterday. And I think, like a lot of great Blinks games, it is played like this. And I think there's always something special about a Blinks game that is played in a chaotic field of Blinks instead of a tight, hexagonal grid. Now, I have to double check that I remember the commands for this. Yes. Triple click, that's the golden lily pad.
There you
Long
go.
press, it's hidden. Now, I can't do it, but when Jen and I played it, I hid the lily pad, then I closed my eyes, and then she shuffled everything around. So I'm going to just take a bunch of them under the table and then put them back and move them around, and nobody knows where I don't even know where the lily pad is. I'm playing with way too many for one player. But
on a very small table.
On a very small table. But I'm going to make a frog, which is my player piece, which looks like this. And if I click it, it tells me I have 2 energy. Oh, I have 1 energy. Oh no.
Oh, so there's a timer involved.
Yeah, so you make a move and it expends an energy. And the goal is that you're... Oh, I'm out of energy. So now the next player would go. The goal is to try and... Hey, I found it. I'm glad that happened on stream. The goal is to find the golden lily pad and be the first frog to find the golden lily pad. But I just think this game it's very joyful. It's very simple. You spread... And it looks like... To me, there's something very clever about like this sort of slightly altered green with just one pip missing. And if you see in the rules it's a lily pad, and my brain is like, yeah, it's totally a lily pad. Like, look at it. There it is. Like,
yeah.
And the frog as well, the sort of the 4 legs and the head. I think it's just a great representation. It feels so much like jumping around looking for lily pads because you actually are doing that. Also, this didn't happen. Sometimes the lily pad collapses into water, and now that's no longer a jumpable spot. So it's just this great little simulation of hopping around a lily pad. It's an amazing kids game.
Yes.
And if I was a kid, I would want to get like a big blue carpet and spread these lily pads out all over it.
Exactly. You can run around your carpet with these blinks.
Yeah. So we really loved this game, and we're so excited to see people doing this stuff with their kids. It's just really it's encouraging, and I think it shows that Blinks, there was programming involved, but anyone, you don't have, I don't know how much code this 6-year-old happens to know, but if I'm going to assume not much, but you can totally come up with a game just by going, what do I want these hexagons to do? And then the code itself is pretty simple.
Now let me just unpack that just a little bit, Dan, because you said something that's so intuitive, that makes sense, but I think in both of these cases, the children, being 6 years old, they designed the game. And then they spoke to their father, and they said, Dad, can you make this for me? And they don't understand that they are actually designing a game.
Right.
But
well, having slightly given away the game, the other winner is Turtles by Daddy and Charlotte. Now, Daddy, I don't actually know his real name either. It's Fredicus on the forum. And we'll talk about Turtle in a minute, but just because you said both of them, I want to just get it out there. Turtles is the other Family Award winner, but keep going with what you're saying.
Yeah, it was just that, the kids don't necessarily know how to program, but I am sure that they are watching over Daddy's shoulder. And through the process of osmosis, they are sort of understanding that when Daddy, goes to his computer and writes these weird-looking lines of things, and I'm sure they're picking up and just from a very outside perspective, sort of understanding and seeing how it is made. So it's so educational.
Yeah, and these games are really fun little games. And so Turtle is, I would say, has a passing similarity. It is also a game about searching. Obviously, Lost and Found is going to make a bunch of games like that. But Turtle has a little more danger. It's a little bit more of a. I would almost say there's a little more at stake. There's you could put yourself in danger in Turtle, but it has a fun message. And both of these games are just they're great, they're simple, they're fun. For kids by kids kind of stuff. So, and they look great. I think both of them do a great job with representation. Representing ideas on blinks can be tricky, and I think these do a great job. But so that is me. I am a turtle. This is the Dark Waters, and I am trying to find. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I've done something wrong. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Is this the one where you're trying to find Mommy?
Yes, you're trying to find Mommy, who is represented by sort of a light blue pattern. And I'm trying to do that by swimming around the lake. Now, obviously, I have 18 blinks here. You could play this with a million blinks. But different things in the lake can be dangerous to me. Right, so... Oh, ooh. I happened to boot next to her. I'll restart.
Yes, so that was a super quick game.
Yeah, that'll happen. I think there's some technical stuff that was being worked on. Oh, I'm having some trouble here. I'm sorry, this is some technical issues. I've played many rounds of this game.
As have I.
Yeah, and why can't I go? Yeah, so just because I'm ignoring the mom. So you'll see that once I've traveled somewhere, so yellow is food. Yellow refills my energy. Orange hurts me. And eventually, I run out of energy. So this is a game of not just searching, but also while you're searching for food to allow you to search longer. And so it's really that kind of like, well, I'm trapped in this area of the lake, and there's an orange that'll get me out of it, but I have to hope that on the other side of that orange is either my mom or some food, because I am spending energy to go through that, whatever that danger is, whether it represents, cottontails or a snake or something. But yeah. Also, I realize I say cottontails, but I'm from the Northeast, where that's like a common swamp plant. I don't know if that's a thing that everyone knows.
I thought it was a rabbit.
No, yeah, there you go. Yeah. So this is Turtle. And I didn't have this problem before. I think this is something I'm doing wrong. I think I might have installed from the wrong code base when I put this on this morning. Yeah, this is something I've done wrong, but I encourage you to check out the code base on GitHub.
We got a little preview of it.
Yeah, we got a preview of it. But yeah, those were the Family Award games. Really simple, but not so simple that there's nothing to it. Simple in the sense that checkers is simple, but it's still an amazing classic game. Simple in the sense that once you understand the rules, you can play it, but still really engaging, really fun, and like Hunter said, really great to see people working with their children, and children working with their parents on these creative endeavors, and that Blinks can be the platform where that happens.
So, by the way, Alfred in the comment, who is Daddy from Daddy One,
yes,
he said that he blogged his entire process, and there's a video blog. But what everyone should really check out is the concept art that both of the daughters drew, and you have to see that. It's this amazing little frog, and it's just amazing to go from the mind of a 6-year-old into reality.
And the frogs has a great what I'll call opening monologue. There's a story quoted in the documentation that is the opening, the Morgan Freeman narration that comes before playing a game of frogs.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. Well, those were the 4 awards that we wanted to run through. But again, just from the top, congratulations Trifoil. I know that was announced yesterday, but again, congratulations Trifoil, best in show for this jam. And then congratulations to Lost Gems, Gygold Jungle, the Brainbuster, Forget Me Not, the Future Star, the Going Places Award. Sleuth, the Innovation Award, and of course Turtle and Frogs, the Family Game Awards. These were 6 standout games that we wanted to highlight on this stream, but there are 6 more games. I'm not going to say 6 more because one of them's mine, and it's unreasonable for me to do that. There are 5 other games that got submitted. I could have given a presentation for each of them as well, and hopefully we'll be doing so in the coming weeks on streams. So everyone who participated, everyone who made something, congratulations on an amazing jam, our most successful jam. I think we were talking about the numbers this morning. We had 3 times more games this year than last year. We made up 15% of all the games made at Global Game Jam Playcrafting. So Blinks really showed up. We really made a huge impact.
It's picking up momentum. It's snowballing, and the developer community is richer and better and knows each other better. It's amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, again, congrats to everyone. Thanks for tuning in to the awards. Next week, I'm not sure what we're talking about next week, but it'll probably be one or more of these games or the other games made on the stream. Again, I'm Dan. I'm the games lead here at Move 38. Hunter.
I'm Hunter, and I do community and content. And I just want to add one more thing. Some of these games that we discussed today will be hopefully published on the Blinks platform. So we have game jams throughout the year, and if you have for a Blinks game, this could be you soon.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
Yeah. So I've got to sign off from here because, as you can tell, I'm in my home, and my girlfriend and coworker needs to interview a lawyer because it's pandemic times, and that's the kind of stuff that happens in our homes now as we share our space. So I have to sign off, but thank you all for tuning in. Congratulations to the winners and to everyone who participated. Thank you, Hunter, and I will speak to all of you on the Discord, on the forum, and at the next stream.